In today's video, guys, I'm going to be showing you our $300 Yamaha Warrior project. Starting off, it's a 96 frame, guys. It's a 1996 Warrior 350. If you guys are unfamiliar with what a Warrior is, it's basically a 6-speed manual with reverse, mixed between a sport quad / utility kind of quad. It's not fully a sport quad, but Yamaha wanted it to be kind of sporty and also be able to do other work as well. So, like I said, 6-speed manual with reverse, electric start. The very early ones had recoil starts, but this one here, I bought it for 300 bucks. The guy said he didn't know anything about it really. He got it in on a trade, and he said the starter solenoid was bad or something. He had to jump the solenoid. And I did some reading on forums, and I found out there was just a fuse in the back that was right back in there. There's a fuse in that red connector with the black. There's a fuse in there that's bad, and there was no fuse at all, so I just replaced it. And then the neutral light came on, and the starter button worked, so that was good. And then we started it up, and it wasn't running very good. The carburetor was nasty. They were missing the fuel screw on the bottom of the carb, so it wasn't going to run very good anyways. So I bought a new carburetor, bought a new battery. It was like 50 bucks I spent, so I was in like 350 bucks. And then we got it running, and all of a sudden you just hear this. As soon as it started, it just was knocking. I mean, knocking bad. And I don't know, I was like, well, I guess we'll have to take it apart and see, and hopefully I can find another motor, because something definitely isn't right. And I'll go over here and I'll show you guys the motor. Here's actually the original motor that was in there. I'll go ahead and turn that on for you, the flash. So here's the piston skirt is kind of missing, and then that's the rod bearing in the bottom, and then there's a ton of metal in the bottom end.
That's bad. No, that's good.
So the rod bearing definitely just failed, and that was the knocking noise. It still ran, just knocked like crazy, but it still ran. And I ended up finding another parts motor, which is this one here. This is actually an 87 or 88 motor. This one had the decompression valve on the head, so I knew it was for a recoil start. And they only made them the first 2 years of the Warrior, which was 87 and 88. But I did end up buying a new cylinder piston and everything off eBay. The only thing I have trouble is right now, because the aftermarket cylinder, the cam chain tensioner, sticks out further. Here's an OEM cylinder. You can see right there's where the cam chain tensioner would go in, and it sticks out so much further on the aftermarket. So I ended up buying, I got a manual cam chain tensioner on order. So hopefully that will solve the issue, and then the motor will be ready to go back in the frame. And everything else was good. I had to swap over the 96 ignition, like the flywheel and the stator, onto this 87 bottom end, because I wanted to make sure all the connections fit the frame, and this one didn't even have a stator cover anyways, so I had to do it regardless. But it looks like everything should work. Hopefully when we get that cam chain tensioner, everything will be good. This one's also getting a new clutch. I have a new clutch ready to go on here. This is still the old one in there, but I'm going to take it apart, because I figured if I'm already in there, might as well do it. And the clutch kit was like 30 bucks. It's soaking in oil right now as we speak. But hopefully everything in here will work. The head is from the 96, because the 87 motor that I got, this base motor, they had a bent valve in like the exhaust, I believe. I could just see a huge gap, and I knew that the engine ran with the rod knock, so I'm guessing the top end valve train was good, and the cam bearings and everything, because it didn't sound noisy up there. So I took a gamble and put that head on here. So that's basically the project so far, just a quick overview. Other than that, it's not a terrible quad. Obviously all the plastics and everything are down here, gas tank and stuff like that. The exhaust, it sat outside. It had to have sat outside for many years, because everything was just rusted tight. The shifter itself was almost seized to the shaft, so I had to spray the heck out of it. Now it actually is nice and free, so that is good. And here's the brand new carburetor. You can see it's brand new. We only ran it once with it, but they're really cheap. Buy a whole carburetor for 35 bucks on eBay. Bolts right up. Why take a chance and rebuild it when you can just buy a brand new one? Other than that, that's basically it. I wanted to do like kind of like a build series. This is kind of the introduction, and be part one. Just showing you guys what we all got for it, and the motor and everything like that. But the Warriors, I guess, are known to have loud valve trains, and rod bearings, I guess, fail on them quite often. So must be something in the design of the engine, but I definitely know that rod bearing and that other motor was junk. But I looked in the forums and they said you wanted to switch over the flywheel and everything from the original motor back on, so that the flywheel and the stator all match. So I did that just to make sure nothing bad would happen. Now here we got some clutch springs. I mean, we have just so much stuff in the shop. Like, there's a Safari, there's a go-kart over there. I got this 6x6 Argo here I'm working on. I got my Blasty that still needs work. I got Mojave 110 that needs work. Man, I got the blaster still. I got the motor bottom end done of the blaster. But I mean, we got projects to go a couple months yet. So if you guys want to see any videos on any of these quads, I'm hopefully going to do a project build on the Mojave 110. It just needs piston rings. Everything's there. It's like all original, mint condition. So anyways, guys, this is going to be part 1 of the Warrior build. Just kind of showing you all the stuff that we got. Tires on it aren't terrible. I mean, I'm not going to worry about it. It was a $300 quad. And the guy didn't lie to me. He said he didn't really know much about it, and I kind of believe him because, I mean, that was a simple fix to fix that starter button. It was just a fuse. So I know he didn't put too much time into it. And everything else kind of seemed to work okay. It's got some aftermarket bars on it, some weird looking bars. Maybe that's Easton bars, EXPs. Just some weird aftermarket bars and everything else. But this quad was registered. We're from Wisconsin, so we have like registration tags for the trails in 2015. So I'm sure that's last time it was driven, I bet. It probably blew out the rod bearing in 2015. Had probably been sitting for 4 years, would be my guess, because everything was just rusted. I mean, I'll show you guys this exhaust pipe over here. Straight rust. Just terrible. Everything was rusted. Here's some extra parts. Here's a clutch cover we got to put on yet, and valve adjustment covers, stuff like that. But hopefully when I get that manual cam chain tensioner is where I'll pick up the next video. Once I get that here, I'll get the top end all buttoned up, torque everything down, and then I'll do a video hopefully throwing in the clutch, and then we can get that motor in the frame and get it running, which would be awesome. Just hopefully everything on the other motor right here, the bottom end was good. I mean, I checked it over. There was no play whatsoever in the rod. It turned over really smooth, but I wanted to make sure I got a new piston, rings, wrist pin, clips, everything like that, just to make sure the top end was fresh. Because why take a gamble on a $100 motor to make it nice? Just because the whole top end kit was like 85 bucks. So can't go wrong there, guys. We're going to end the video right there. If you guys enjoyed this video and are excited for the build series, leave a like on the video. Subscribe. We're trying to hit 500 subscribers, guys. That'd be awesome if we could do that. So please subscribe to the channel if you guys enjoy the content. Leave a comment down below what you guys think of the build and how it's going to turn out, and any suggestions you guys want to see involving any of the machines in the shop right now. There's tons of stuff, so we can make videos on any of it. And yeah, that'll be it. We'll see you in the next video.